Hello, my friend. How are you? I want to talk to you about reprogramming your brain to achieve anything, any goal that you have without the stress. And as lawyers, you know, as well as I do, that there is always something that could be creating stress. But I want to show you something that will help you to overcome the stress, but still have those really ambitious goals because I'm all about ambitious goals. I want you to make lots of money. I want you to live your fullest expression of you in your life, whatever that might look like. It might look like pursuing the law and creating your own practice. It might look like starting a new business on top of your legal practice, which is what I started out doing. And I want you to know that you don't have to feel pressured and hurried and like everything is overwhelming. The reason I know that is because I did it and I help my clients do it, but I'm going to share with you what the secret is. And I want to start with a little example because I started my coaching practice as a full-time lawyer, and I decided that I was going to make coaching my full-time job, right? I wanted that. And at the same time, I was very comfortable in my legal job, making six figures. And as I was taking my coaching certification, I met a lot of professionals in my same position, making six figures, making more than me. And a lot of them have not decided to leave their profession. They are either not coaching at all, or maybe they're coaching a couple people here and there, but they have, based on like they came in thinking, okay, I want to be a full-time coach. And then they decided they weren't going to coach. And a lot of them are disappointed about it. A lot of them are people who are hard workers, just like you and I am, who are super good at overworking. But that's not the key to achieving goals without stress. Like the overworking is not helping. And I needed help with this because when I came out of coaching certification, I knew I was the overworker type and I knew I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. I wasn't attracting the clients that I wanted. I wasn't creating the income that I wanted. And so I hired a coach. I heard a coach and I was like, oh, yes, I click with her. I'm totally hiring her. I don't even care how much it costs. I have to hire her. So I hired her and everything shifted for me because she was working on my mindset. I'm going to tell you what that is in a second. And that's why I am able to say, okay, I've put in my notice at my law job. My last day is going to be like January 4th officially. And it's like, it's done. And why was I able to do that? I'm not saying there's not drama around doing that. I'll talk about that in future videos, but I want you to know that you can achieve what you want to achieve and do it without the stress, because that is what I was learning to do. So the reason I was able to do that is because I worked on my mindset. So what is mindset? I want you to think about your brain like a computer. It's programmed from the start, right? We come in as babies, there's no programming, and then we start getting programmed by our parents. What is right? What is wrong? What is important? What's not important? What should we be worried about? What shouldn't we be worried about? Like all of these things we start to get programmed with from our parents. And then society tells us things, our teachers tell us things. And then law school teaches us things. And we're internalizing this the whole time as our mental programming. And we're working from the programming that we are given. We're also absorbing, all these messages from society, whether it's through magazines or through the news or television programming. All of that's being absorbed. We're learning from our mentors at our law firms. They're teaching us things. We're absorbing that. And that's what is making up the programming of our brains. But here's the problem. Working from that programming does not yield the results that we want, especially as lawyers, without the stress. Because all of the programming is telling us how important it is to work really, really hard. And we have these messages in our head. Well, don't get behind. Like, if you ever had those thoughts, don't get behind. You've got to work harder. Like achievement, this is how you achieve. This is how you get ahead. that is messaging that is not helping us achieve our goals. And it may work to a certain point, but then we're going to hit a brick wall, which is what I did. I hit a brick wall. I could not see the results that I wanted to see. I was working too hard to see that my mindset was the problem. But when I hired the coach, she opened my eyes to the programming I was working from. So coaching really helps you use your brain's programming and the way that it works, right? It helps you understand the way that your brain works and breaks down the programming. So it helps you use your brain and the way that it works for you instead of against you. Because if you've hit a brick wall in your practice, in achieving the goal that you want, maybe you keep telling yourself later and you're not getting it done. Maybe you're beating yourself up because you've been procrastinating on something that you really want to create in your life. It is because of your mindset. And that is why understanding how your brain is programmed and understanding how your brain works is essential to moving past that and achieving what you want. The only difference between me leaving my law job and the difference between other professionals making six figures, not leaving their job to coach full time, it's not the money, it's not the time, it's not the energy. The difference is the mindset, because we all have the same time, we all have the same energy, we all have the same money, right? Like if assuming you have like six figures of loans, which these professionals did, right? We have all incurred expenses. We've all invested in ourselves in a lot of ways that may not have worked, right? But I want to tell you that mindset is the difference in anything that you do. The way you talk to yourself, the way you start deprogramming all of the messages that you've been given over the years will help unwind all of those messages that you got that were creating the stress, right? All of the programming that you received that are creating a block for you. And you probably can't see any of it because you just haven't learned the tools to do so. So that's what I wanted to share with you. That is what can help you start to change everything for yourself. And if you need help with this, I'm here for you. You can go to dinacataldo.com and schedule a strategy session with me. And there, what we'll do is we'll have a conversation about what mindset you have and how coaching can help you achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Because there is no reason for you to be stuck. You could spend years being stuck. I know I did. And when I hired my coach and started to unwind the unconscious programming, I didn't even know I had this. And I went through coach certification. Like I knew I had some of it, but there was so much I couldn't see because no one was coaching me one-on-one to really see what was going on inside my brain, to see the results that I was getting. And I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. So if you want help getting the results that you want, it is there for you. All right, my friend, I will talk to you soon.